Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Beastmaster.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Outworld Devourer.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Witch Doctor!
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I should have seen that one coming.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Dire team pick.
Enchantress.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Puck.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Dazzle.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Faceless Void.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Lone Druid.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds
Life
remaining.
Stealer. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle. "30 seconds to battle.
Heads up!
The battle begins.
Light.
First blood!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just nothing. Sorry.
Gotcha!
Double damage.
Bottom is missing.
Zap!
Don't run off.
Away!
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Not today.
My mistake. Dota TV audio is now available. I was getting used to that one. It's a cloud setting now, not a actual local PC setting. So my apologies. Dota TV is back up. Thanks to Blaze for shouting that one out. Stacks up. Final Blade is there, like you said, the 1 points across all his abilities, trying to get a bit of damage down onto MSS, but Outworld Devourer
Bottom is missing.
don't really care too much about it. With his bottle up, it's going to be filled with that bounty rune up at top. Arcane Rune, a nice one to be picked up by Resolution though.
middle.
Brax isn't available to be killed off at bottom lane, and with his Quelling Blade, he can farm through jump caps relatively easily. Is this just going to be trade off a farm across the board here? Weehar getting himself pretty much a free lane. There's 29 last hits, 8 denies. We used to see a lot of Midas lifestealer, but it looks like he's just waiting for the phase boots after this creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always, I mean, you can go back to the Midas. I've seen, that's the builds I've seen recently of the Sapien Lifesteal are usually phase and then either drum or armlet, and then usually the other one of the two, or the order varies. I did once, I think I saw phase into drum and then back to Midas, but that's less usual. I guess it's kind of like when you go blink back to Midas, just like you realize something about the game is that you need that item. It's interesting though, with the farm trade-off, teams getting their farm. Shazam definitely hit a timing where you're not gonna be able to stop their push, especially with that OD aura and the Dazzle Hill spam, never mind like all of the Necros and Endred stuff. So I feel like DC will have to find a timing where they make kills happen to disrupt that kind of push timing. And if they do, they'll be looking absolutely great because they could snowball kill after kill. But they need it to happen at some point. I think DC will be the team that has more pressure on them to make a move to change something, or naturally the farm game leads to Shazam's win.
Oh, Brax barely TP's out from bottom lane. The damage output wasn't quite there from DC.
Radiant's top tower has
We're
fallen.
looking at heroes here from DC that need big items. You know, the Puck wants the Blink Dagger, the Lifestealer wants those movement speed and stats items built up, while Faceless Void gets a chunk of damage out from the top lane. He also wants to get himself into Vlad's and Blink, while Shazam don't necessarily need anything apart from the Radiance on the Bear, and that's going to be the farm priority for them. But we are looking at a team here that can lifesteal a bomb onto people. Puck plus that lifestealer looking for maybe a few easy kills, while MSS has gone on a mid, cast the grave, no! The cast bounced back onto Jason, they didn't get the save out onto the OD. SVG will try and come in with a haste rune on this Enchantress, but Misery and Resolution pair up very nicely there to kill off the OD.
And that's maybe like a hint that Shimmer's getting up to the draft. And not so much, but it will definitely be like that later on, where there's limited ways for Shazam to take the fights. You know, Dazzle can try get his grave off, that's the thing he can do. Odie could try Astro himself there, but they're not versatile in the sense of like, we could control the enemy hero this way, or take this person out that way. And that's why I think the fighting game could favor DC, because there's much more options available to them in terms of the execution and fights.
One thing Weehaw is in trouble there, but he jumps into a centaur, will steal it. And he's off back a little. Everything else pretty good against this Enchantress. It's going to be difficult to gank into this lifestealer without that roar from the Beastmaster, because he can just do this. Take control. Jump out whenever he wants to. Goal from it. Bad deny.
That's one of the old
Top lane. Oh, that's a good Maledict. Misery cancels out TC and the damage out, but he's got a damage roar. Misery placed himself so the retreat from TC. It's going to be closed out here, but with the restoration, he's not going to drop himself. Doom will pick up. Last hit over on that kill. So Chaos tie things up 2-2, and he's going to move in onto mid as well. Resolution, he's hungry, and he's very angry that he got killed off early on in this lane.
the damage output of the battle cry there. Like all of a sudden Witchstock and Lee died in just a few hits. We don't often talk about it, but Lundra is got crazy damage you can represent early on. Stops them up pretty easy, that's why we have a pretty long cooldown. But yeah. The point I want to make before the fight started is that maybe underappreciated value of the lifesteal is that it's almost as strong as the Ursa when it comes to killing Enchantress, because you just use your rage and then gobble it up. Like, Enchantresses are used to, you know, being impervious to death by right click, and lifestealers are one of the few heroes that can just go up to the Enchantress and go HP to dead of rage.
That's a good point. We are with his max rage coming out now. That's going to be something to look for, but Brax, he's about to hit that level 6 points after this creep wave. He'll have the roar available. Only one more. He's sharing with SVG, but they've got it. Has that roar, and with the OD moving down towards bottom lane, it's all been scouted out by this nice observer board from DC, so they know this is coming.
And Void and Puck both have Witch Doctors running in, so dive here could be pretty bad for Shazam, could really backfire.
Oh, SVG, the Hawk, it expires, the smoke is here. Chaos. In from the west, Resolution. He wants to Dreamcall someone, but he needs to find a target first, and it looks like Shazam. The deal is coming, there's no one farming mid lane. Resolution has been off map for a good 20 seconds now.
Bottom is missing.
Yeah, SVG falling out, bottom is missing, and Enchantress, she knows what's up, and the rest of them, they just hide back across their own side of the river. DC safely in his own jungle. This has wasted a bit of time in the smoke here from DC, but I think they might try and convert this into a push onto tier 1.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And definitely some pushing power on their side. I mean, I spoke about Shazam as being a pushing lineup, and they definitely are much more of a pushing lineup, but DC, if you leave them to the tower, they're going to be able to take it down for sure. But it looks like Shazam wants to smoke themselves now, wrap around, and actually will. Nope, what? Oh, they're just going to go to secure the mid tower, hoping that easy can be someone in.
Yeah, looks like it. But no one's TPing just yet. Resolution, this observer ward again. Good vision and warding for both teams, but Resolution doesn't realize he's spotted the roll from Brax to start things off. And with the stomp, they've got more than enough control just to demolish that pot. Center, alternate dimension. He wishes she didn't really exist, but MSS will continue pummeling away at this tier 1 mid, and I don't think there's any real recourse here from DC. No way to stop it. Let's look to continue pushing onto tier 1 bottom lane, but again we go back to this point, they don't have natural pushing heroes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, Lifestealer can use rage to kill the tower faster.
Radiant's middle
At some point that actually becomes worth it, especially yeah, he's gonna use it now. The flip was already used, so I think they can either take the tower very low or just finish it off altogether. Backing off just a little bit while the rage is cooling down, but taking some time for Shazam to get there, and DC will know there's no roar up. Yeah, the Beastmaster's Hawk completely sets up that kill and Resolution, and it's just like one of the many values of Beastmaster and why it's the first pick in the current method.
TC has his Midas over on his back. A little bit of a slower build up. He did go for the Bassi brown boots. Rather than Orb of Venom on lane to deal with the Faceless Void. He's got double Quelling Blade though. I don't know if you've seen this before, but it's a new one on me. Double Quelling on your Lone Druid and Spirit Bear. Farming speed?
I have not seen it, but I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
It makes perfect sense. I'm actually looking at this and wondering why we have it or why I haven't seen it before. I know we've seen Iron Talons on the bear, we've seen a Quelling Blade on the bear, but very rarely do we see a Quelling Blade on the hero himself. See spots out move, but the first is Void, you know, with Chrono and Time Walk just gonna jump himself away. No real uncontested F over on him, while bottom tier 1, he'll drop it actually. There's no stop. Beastmaster's back to lane, back to Fountain. He nearly got his Necro book finished though.
Bottom tower
He's hit that
is
level
under
7.5 point, and he might go and T-run the rest of his team, but
Dyer's
Hard
bottom
takes
tower has fallen.
tower kill down at bottom. Grouping up a lot though here. Our DC as MSS sees the Faceless Rex, and with one more hit, he's killed off the Courier. Nice little bonus for him there.
Dyer's
This OD who's had an okay laning phase, all of a sudden things are looking great and shiny.
Is Boo going Midas? Or do you think he might be rushing him more strong? I would guess it's more likely at Midas, right?
Likely Midas against Enchantress and Beastmaster, I guess. Just kill off the summons and the Enchantress creeps.
Yeah, I guess that's the play. And in some sense, I mean, the reason I ask with concern in my voice is because I feel like that timing's gonna be a Shazam where you want your Void to already be able to set up those chronos, and if he's just got a Midas, that'd be a mistake. But at the same time, sometimes similar to how LGD went through that phase a few months ago where they kept picking Morphling against push lineups, I feel like going for Midas does a similar thing where it forces the push lineup to be hurried in finishing the game because they recognize that you're actually out farming them. And with the Doom on your team as well as the lifesteal in the pack, if you have a Midas in your Void, I think you can get into that position where suddenly Shazam really feel like they have a small window. But as I say that, I see Mu actually has the Maelstrom recently, so he's gonna go the fighting way.
Nice. Well, we still are waiting for, well, Saxa finally hits his level 6, but we're still waiting for Misery to hit his level 6. We're looking at the two supports on Dyer being level 7 already. Let's go over to looking at net worth and relatively even. What's even the lead here? 1500 for Shazam. Is that just from the extra tier 1 they've brought down? We got another tier 1 down the bottom lane as well. Relatively close so far, but this timing window you're talking about where Shazam, they're going to have Enchantress creeps, Beastmaster forward the Lord, Necro 1 is now available and on its way down to him. Well, it's a lot of time for your OD to farm as well. That should be able to build himself as well. You know, run of Atos, Blink. But we've also got to look at the fact that Shazam are Dire side. Because the fact that they are on his Dire side means that if they get a pick off on one or two heroes here, going into Roshan is so bloody simple for them. With an OD, and Arcane Orb to shred through him.
They will want to get the pick off first, because otherwise they're setting up for the Void and the Witch Doctor in the pack. Resolution TPing down to the bot layer. Just to farm, so they're gonna pull back, they're not gonna try and push the tier 1 mid then.
Bottom is missing.
The big timing window for me is actually the final form, like the Necro 3 as well as the Radiance. I think that's sort of will be the sweet spot where Shazam know that they can push and it's very difficult to stop them. Especially because Dazzle has maxed out heal and they've got OD Aura, which means they've got infinite Dazzle heal, so you can't spam that kind of push back. You have to actually win a fight. And so either before then or at that stage, DC needs to find a way to win some fights.
DC has so much money saved up, closing on 3,000 now, 15 minutes in. Look, he's not far away, but Resolution has the money for his Blink Dagger, and this is the kind of counterplay here for them. Once you've got these Lifestealer bombs to jump in onto heroes like OD and Enchantress, they're squishy, and in close quarters they're not the best fighters or battlers. Shazam only really have this Dazzle to try and save them, so Jason has to be quick on his toes and quick with the fingers, reacting with his Graves and heals to try and save up the rest of his team members. Finally, Misery gets himself some levels. Bit of farm and XP priority back over to him. This Death Ward might be a smoke here, but there's the jump in. Armlet ready, Blink available. This is perfect from DC as long as they can find, you know, a solitary target, maybe Jason's Dazzle.
And they've got the Doom hiding as well. So
oh, you're right, Starks in from behind, they jump in with the Doom Color of DC. Dazzle puts the back of the yard, moves forward a little bit further, but look at the positioning of this Dazzle. Jason knows that if he sits close enough here, he can heal the Grave. Oh no, he can't! Oh, Jason. He thought he had it, but he might have lost his own life for this one as well. Tries to keep himself out as an Infernal Blade in 1 second's time. The stun comes through and it's cleared up as well. Grave not even thrown onto himself. Shazam loses 2 heroes there where it looks so good for them to turn it around. Now we're looking for SVG as well. Resolution, Blink forward, with the slow. He's got the orb damage as well, but they don't have the slow or anything to actually hold him in place.
this is the thing, the Enchantress and the Dazzle were nearby, and they almost saw the gang coming. But again, here we see Lifestealer, chomp, chomp, chomp. I think Enchantress is dead.
And now Brax TP'd into a Chrono. Oh, Witch Doctor's gone. but OD looking to turn this one back around as Moose walks himself back up the cliff. It's really unfortunate there, they wanted to Chrono into Death Ward to kill off Brax.
Yeah, so the thing I wanted to say about the Enchantress and the Dazzle, they're nearby, they see the gank happening and they don't do it, but their options to help are limited, like healing and right-clicking basically, and another one to get the grave and the heal, but I'm not even completely sure that they would be able to turn it around with that. Because normally to turn something like that around, you do, you know, if one of your supports is a Witch Doctor and you turn around and throw the Cast Guard and then everyone turns and attacks, that's one thing, but all of their representing is healing. And that's why they need the game. Makes sense to protect the Roshan now. Can't really be contested with the Chrono down, and they'll get the Roshan, they'll probably start pushing sometime soon. I don't think they'll be able to wait for... Maybe they'll try and wait for the Radiance, I'm not sure.
Far away is it? So that death, decent shot. A little bit of money. OD, what have you got? Drums? This does consolidate the position and allow him to go in for that Blink Dagger or the Rudder Base Loss with a lot of safety. Go for that mobility item or the catch item for the Outlaw Devourer. Keep tabs of opponents. Force staff being built up by Jason as well, knowing that he needs that positioning tool. Teammates from this DC squad. Resolution up at the top, all alone. And with the Doom going back for a Midas now as well. I'm wondering, Scam, does Resolution think about the same? We used to see this a lot with the blink back into Midas.
Hang on, look what Weehel's doing. He just got an Ancient and went to the but yeah, it is possible for Resolution to go back for that. Like guarantee the late game build because it does feel like Shazam have a bit more of a window. Even though Shazam's lineup definitely has very strong carrying power, I just feel like they have a window because they're not very versatile in controlling fights, and I think that's actually important in the late game. So I think that could make sense, but it looks like Resolution is going straight for the axe. Doesn't even hesitate. I was gonna say he might even consider the Veil. Pretty nice, we've seen that recently on Pax, but he wants an axe. Isn't Pack axe usually to do with the enemy team going BKB? Like,
yeah.
But guess you expect OD to get a reasonably early BKB, is that the...
I'm really unsure about that. I mean, it tanks you up as a puck, so like fair enough, the stats are pretty good, but you just look at the actual upgrade of the puck, Aghanim Scepter of that Dream Coil, and it's always been about that BKB negating up back against your opponents, but I don't know, there's lots of options here for Resolution. You could have gone for Yule Scepter, maybe could have gone back for even the Dagon if he wanted to, but you never know, it could be Point Booster and this Staff of Wizardry could be still the Yule Scepter if he wants to go that direction and go that route.
I mean, he bought both items. I think he's going Ags, and maybe it's not just about the BKB, maybe like he guides him in general. I mean, I don't know. But Beastmaster's got an extra 3 now. That's the one piece complete. And do we see Lone Druid Radiance yet? Where is the Spirit Bear?
Spirit Bear is back in base. Got it. Relic. He's got the Radiance recipe on the floor. He has finished it up.
So this is the timing window. This is the... Now, it's actually so big, because they've got the Aegis as well. And this is... I feel like the game is never going to be more favorable for Shazam than it is right now in the next 5 minutes.
Oh, they've got the push right in there with the roar as well. This is going to be dropped. Emma comes to the Doom onto him. He's able to track as well. Sends it around, but oh, boom. 3-man Chrono down to the slabs of Shazam. The TC taking no damage. Anytime the OD is going to get popped down here with the Enchantress getting back onto that void as well. But Moon's cleared up one. An OD returns to the land of battles and destruction, but We Are still has that rage available up against that Outworld Devourer Arcane Orb. Still with a blink forward, We Are in a ton of trouble. This little boy trying to get himself back home, but Shazam come out, lose their offlaner and their support, but they take down the puck and the lifestealer, and they can convert this into maybe a tier 2.
They'll want to, but I don't know if they're going to be able to. Yeah, they want to go back and actually stop. Don't want to give them that split pushing value with his Maelstrom, because I mean, I said it's more fighty than Midas, but it's still a split pushing item in addition to that. Should. It's a win for Shazam. It's not a huge win. Right? They lost the Aegis as well. And I think to some extent that's because we've got a really nice Chrono on the back line. I think with Doom using his ulti on the early Aegis, if the other heroes could get involved quickly, it could have been a bit of a massacre for the. So I think if you're DC, you'll be perfectly fine with that. And again, I expect the DC know that this is like the hardest part of the game for them.
Oh, they're jumping mid. Right? Just turns to Raw. Resolution. He tries to go for the kill, but with that Spirit Bear ripping through them, sacks the Vintage Team in a tangle here. The castle's bouncing back and forth, and Bear is being caught a little bit in mouth. He's not to the Death Ward drop. Brax, he's dropping low as well. There's no grave. Yes, there is. Jason catches it just at the tip. But I think Brax is still pretty rogered here as he's chased down. No damage, no tick, nothing doing. Necro books to pop back out and Wee's being ripped to shreds. The entangle comes through for TC as well, and this life stealer trapped in place. 4 heroes gone from DC, and the 5th one is the Faceless Void. Time dilation's there, but the damage from MSS clears him up with a Sanity's Eclipse. 5-man wipe for 2 in return. They turn it from one measly 2-for-2 exchange to a big old team fight win.
You see did themselves so hard. I mean, if you look around the map, you'll notice that DC don't have any points up at all. 0 vision. And they initiate on the beach. I'm pretty sure they think he's a void. They're gonna just get a kill, but he has 2 allies nearby. And then the fight, then there's like a stage where they feel like, oh, we can actually turn around anyway. But again, same back to fight. You just don't know where the enemy team is. And I was just talking about how this is like maybe the most favorable window of the game for Shazam, and if you're DC, you don't want to be looking for fights under unfavorable conditions, or not having any vision on the map. So I think that DC just needs to, you know, relax a bit, install that vision, recognize that. I mean, they do want to fight, but they want to take fights that they think they can, not just like see a hero, okay, everyone charge kind of thing.
Go back to that fight that we saw, the little one over on this ramp. It kind of felt, I don't know, like North Korea against South Korea. There's like this demilitarized zone on that ramp where no one wanted to go up, and Shazam couldn't go down because of that chrono over in the back. It's just like necro units and boars and all sorts of nonsense and stuff being thrown from Shazam into the faces of DC. They don't have good ways of dealing with it, and the cask, sure enough, it bounces between those units. But that means it's cask bounces wasted that aren't going onto heroes, that aren't going onto the Spirit Bear. This has allowed TC to get himself a full Vladimir's finished. He's got boots over in his bear as well. Shazam looking good stead, honestly, with 4,000 gold on MSS. To an ultimate orb. I'm wondering, is that just going to be a hex for him? Or are you looking for... I guess Lincoln Sphere against the Doom is pretty good.
Yeah, Lincoln's is pretty good. Even if it just blocks a cask or lifesteal is slow, that's also good value this game. I wouldn't be that surprised if he goes for that, so the Hex is always great value on early too. But I like the way you're describing earlier because I think it really puts things into nice perspective. Like, I'm talking the whole time about how I think DC gain an advantage the way the game goes because they better control, even though they might not outcarry. And the reason that I think Shazam is a favorable win right now, and you're hinting at it yourself, is that there's just too many things Shazam present that need to be controlled at this stage in the game, and it doesn't matter that enemy control. They have to control your necro creeps. Control your enchantress creeps. They have to control your really overfarmed druid, your really overfarmed lone druid. Like there's even just the enchantress's attacks. So having extra control only starts being the key factor once you get past a certain where you're not being swarmed and overwhelmed by what Shazam have. And Shazam, I think, are going to try and push that advantage. They were hoping to get a pick off before they push this tier 2, but I'm pretty sure they'll go for the tier 2 nonetheless.
It's only a 2,000 gold lead here, or now worth lead for Shazam, though, which kind of feels a little bit deflating. See these team fights and the way they're pushing into these towers, and I guess it's just good play by DC and the ability to set farm up, and obviously the Midas out for this little Doombringer hit level 11, but defending your base. That's the name of the game, the Ancient. Can't let that one fall, and with the Spirit Bear, with these Necro units up on the high ground, Digital Chaos, they have got a lot of work to do. Resolution is waiting over in the wing, ready to backstab and jump into this fight if he wants to, and he's waiting for the moment to strike, but it's not there. Turns to his base. Digital Chaos turns to the top of their ramp.
Yeah. So, I would say that the next 1 or 2 team fights are very likely to mess up the overall game. I think that DC will be favored if they come out of those on top. I mean, it would still be like anyone's game, but I think they'd be favored. And I think right now Shazam are probably favored for the next 4 fights. So, if DC are able to get some nice fights like with this Lifestealer Puck Bomb, for example, they get some quick pickoffs. Especially now, while there's no Aegis inside of Shazam, it could be very good for them. Especially if there's a winner fight and skill the rush themselves. That could be like absolutely game changing.
Resolution with Weehar. They're still looking for this. I feel a bomb hasn't worked out once this game with the Aghanim Scepter of running. Weehar just gives up and says, screw it, I'm going back to farming, mate. Point in wasting any more time, we've got no idea where Shazam are. Again, back to your point about warding and vision. One Radiant Observer ward up on the high ground towards top rune spot, while the Dire don't have too much either. Ward in the Radiant jungle, but they do have Hawks and stuff to give them that little bit of added extra value. You know, the Roshan's alive and it's something they can get ready to take as well. 3 is solo farm on top lane.
Oh,
The Vision's less
look at it
important
go!
because they have the Hawks, and also because most of their game plan is not creeping up. So it's not nearly as bad if you get you get the actual run-ups. I mean, one of the Radiant like I saw them down here, and then that wasn't how Shazam pushed it, they countered it straight off. So this can be Shazam getting a rush and get good again. I honestly feel like this DC did alright. Only because they wanted to run it. So gonna need some big factor in terms of one of their spells or control factors working out really well in the next fight, or it'd be difficult then.
They don't have great Chrono synergy though. Like, Death Ward plus Chrono is one thing, but without having any really good cause to throw damage into the Chronosphere, the Void, be an amazing setup for any actual damage output, and they're instantly spotted as smoke breaks. DC not getting anything out of it. It's a long walk from top lane through mid and then back through the own jungle for where Shazam were hiding.
What he did with the Chrono last time was just to Chrono the backlines while the two flankers were fighting, and I think that's probably actually died at this point. Just like let your team fight one or two heroes and just distract everyone else for a while. And in the process, practice Dazzle. He actually did do that in the previous fight. He managed to use his Chrono to distract some heroes and kill Dazzle. That's pretty like best case.
Oh man, look at this. High ground on third ward. Tornado is out for the Wild Wing. Spirit Bear on the high ground. Brack still holds on to Necro 3 and they've got the jump. Hex, MSS, capture good look at the Chrono's down from Muzo. They're trying to target down as that was Baron, but we hold brought up and then just managed to fight. The 2 more to him, he doesn't really care about the injury bonus to get graved up regardless of Brack is still on the front line. 3 hard trying to shred them. And he will get that kill. But it's still Shazam holding this position. 3 hard stacks of resolution. He got back into the game on his punt. They're going to jump forward. Still no damage output here from DC, and Sweetheart chased back into Fountain and taken out of the game. Shazam in a great position. These buybacks, they have to pay off here. They've got to do something with this, and they'll all forward aggressively looking for a jump. But it's Resolution on his own again. They've got no one to follow through on this. Got the cast bouncing back between them, but Resolution's flicked back already.
Radiant's bottom
This
barracks.
Dire squad, full retreat time. I think they'll just give up SVG. He'll be the martyr, the sacrificial lamb.
Do die.
The rest of the team bails out of this. No bash, nothing left for Moo to give. Assess will also retreat, so tier 3 does drop. That was an Aegis expended. DC though, triple buyback is what they had to pay.
Yeah, I think DC will be frustrated because they've had 2 kind of decent fights, but both of them, I mean this one wasn't nearly as good as the previous one, but both of them they have to use the Doom on the Aegis, and I just feel like any time that that's the trade-off that you have to take, you're probably going to be losing out. That's I think why they buy back. They want to kill the OD again, but they did not succeed doing that, and the OD actually finds the 3 now.
Oh, misery. Oh dear. Even the blink draw, oh, moves, jumps away, he got into fog just in time and Brax's blink was a little short there. Resolution retreats as well.
Missing middle.
Still on the hunt for this Shazam. They know that they're ahead and they know they can keep pushing this advantage further and further and getting more value out of this game because without buybacks on 3 bigger heroes, the Doom, Puck and Lifestealer, relying on a big Chrono here from Moo to really catch people off guard, but he's gone back into the BKB after Maelstrom as well as that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I mean, the game could end. Like, if you have to win
Radiant's
a
bottom
they
barracks
could just
are
lose
under
the whole game.
attack.
Because they can't spam out the push
Radiant's
just because of the
structures are
OD Aura and Dazzle Heal combo. And that means to stop the push, they have to win a fight. They They don't have any buybacks. There isn't the haste, that's one good thing for them. But they're gonna have to commit to fight at some point, they're gonna have to fight it.
That's Lucian. He wants in, but I don't know about this one. Move with a 3-man chrono. He might get damage to the CC actually on the very end of this. They take out the low through it. A big kill there for Digital Chaos. I don't know if they can push any further forward because JC just raised TPs back to safety and Shazam will cut their losses.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So Shazam probably okay with that because they still get a side of racks. Same time, really nice chrono from Move, and Shazam won't be okay with that. Like, they also like it was unnecessary to get caught in a 3-hero chrono war. MSS is looking for revenge. He's gonna get it.
Weeha. Open wounds onto Drax and kills off the 4. Drax is focusing the Doom over onto MSS. They could look to chase this one out as well, but Dream Code's down for 30 seconds. Blink in 4. In SVG, the Enchantress has already sprinted down towards this area. The Hex, how fast can MSS come out of this Doom? It's a little bit slow and he'll ask himself, he's got the Hex available. Maybe even blinking away from this as well. He's going to get himself a little bit further away and there's no chase on. He's out. Thanks to Resolution and they want to jump in again. Resolution with the old ball is so aggressively positioned that he cannot get himself into this fight anymore. And the Hex turnaround, trapped up. MSS still trying to save himself from this battle, but SVG has the damage output to kill off Saxa, and hot retreat, hot pursuit, whatever they call it. Shazam, they want to kill more off. Misery Witch Doctor, I think you're dead. Just give yourself up here. The cast will not bounce. And surely, even with that Dream Coil well placed onto a bunch of them, Misery Witch Doctor will lose his life.
The siege creep does mid-tower, I think, for DC, so that's something. So you can kind of see what they're thinking there. They finally got the Doom and OD, who didn't have an agent, and I think they feel entitled to make that kill. And I actually really thought they would. Lifestealer jumps in, Pack catches up, Lifestealer can do the damage output, but just as the Lifestealer gets on the OD, the Doom runs out, and there's a Self-Astral and Koei.
And then a force down.
Yeah, I mean, if the timing was ever so slightly better, the Lifestealer would have killed the OD in basically half a second, 1 second maybe even. But the Doom just runs out exactly then. But I mean, look, it was the beginning of something promising from DC, and they felt they needed to get more, they didn't get more, and as a result, they're probably going to be punished here.
SVG is pretty far away from this. But Shazam only have the 4 of them, but they'll jump in and wow, move. Jeez. Absolutely annihilated with the raw down to Misery. Looking for the kill to MSS, but there's still a grave from Jason as well. The 4 staff misses on the front line. Casting that was good with the Maledict, the bounce so brilliant. MSS having raw to try and push them back a little bit. Drax still dropping low. Resolution phases out of this reality. Rack dropping very quickly though, and SVG, the Enchantress who made the long run over from the Dire Ancients, is still going to get caught in the Dream Call from Resolution. Up on the front line to attack this one out, but MSS, damage up from Delta but still holding on to Sanity Clips. Oh, we are. There we go. GG is called. Mildred just taps out until Shazam, you take it. Game number 1 goes the way of Shazam and Digital Chaos. On draft looks okay, but they've got a lot of work to do.
I mean, I really think that the turning point in this game is as Shazam hit their main timing. You see have that jump in the lane where they try and force things without any vision at all, and they lose, what was it, 3 or 4 heroes at exactly the worst time in the game, right when they were most vulnerable to Shazam, and that was before the first and the second rush, I think, and I don't know, to me it just highlights the importance of recognizing the timing windows of enemy teams and having the appropriate vision up when you want to make moves during a dangerous time window.